Hachette Audio presents Season to Taste. Written by Natalie Young. Read by Gemma Whelan.
Sometimes it is necessary to make a confrontation. Louise Bourgeois. Chapter 1. Lizzie got into the Volvo and adjusted the seat and the mirror. On the air in the car and from the upholstery she caught the smell of his buttery skin and the tobacco from him, and she kept that smell in all the way to the lake. With the cold outside and the heating on and the dog breathing in the boot, she managed to trap them both in a steaming white fug, and she kept her arm moving against the windscreen to clear a view of the road. It was very silly, but opening the window and letting that smell of her husband go seemed a bit silly too. She crunched to a halt at the lake and looked at the coins, 1 and 2 P's, scattered around the handbrake. There was a piece of paper with a shopping list written in pencil. Shug, Flo, Egg, Butt, LP. A stub of pencil lay on the floor, with a chewed rubber at the end. At Joanna's house in London he'd experimented with drugs. He hadn't told Lizzie what or how, only that he'd tried things and had a ball. LP was loo paper. She stared at the writing and wondered what it meant if a person wrote like that. Right up in the corner, taking up so little space, and then leaving all that white. She lifted the piece of paper right up to her eye and closed the other one while trying to read through the blur. Then she dropped it in the driver's door pocket and went out into the air. In the lake, Lizzie glimpsed her reflection and pulled her waterproof coat with a thick fleece lining around her neck. An hour went by, and she was still out by the tall trees, and Rita, the enormous ridgeback, was following on behind her. Lizzie heard the lolloping gait, and she felt the mud on the dog's paws as if it were clinging to her own boots. Her mother had said, "You have to get your head round disappointment, and try not to drink." "Yes," said Lizzie behind the wheel. She was staring through the windscreen, and the dog was in the back waiting, stinking, slumped down in the boot. The rubber gloves at the village shop were a pink, foreign kind in a cheap bag, not the lined ones for sensitive hands she usually got from the supermarket. Twice Lizzie went back to the shelf to return them, and then she stood with her neck bent and a foot pushed out while she read the newspapers on the floor, until the woman with the huge rise of brown hair at the counter turned from her view of the village green and asked if she was going.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?